Hey everybody, I'm going to do something a little different today. We're going to talk about how to play the piano. How to play the piano. And I figured what I'll do is just sort of talk through what I would do and break everything down nice and neat and easy. And so because I'm a church musician and I do hymns on this channel, I figure I'll walk through a hymn. So the hymn that I'll talk about is... I decided 2 seconds ago that I will do My Jesus, I Love Thee, which is, I think, fairly well known and simple enough. So let's do it in the key of D, because key of C is boring, and also it's time to branch out from the key of C, my friends, and also it's singable in that key. My Jesus, I love thee, I know thou art mine. It's singable. Maybe the key of G would be unsingable, for example. My Jesus, I love thee. Too high for most people. So key of D. So when you're playing a hymn or a song of any kind, you have your melody and then the chords underneath it. So the melody here is, My Jesus, I love thee. I know thou art mine. So that's pretty easy to understand, how to play a simple melody. And that's as far as we'll go with the melody there. Many of you are able to just figure out the melody on your own, and that's great. So now for the left hand, not just the left hand, but usually the left hand is over here playing its chords, establishing the harmonic language, if you will. So if I say, my G... So right there, what I've done is my right hand is playing the F sharp, my left hand has the D and the A. And if you know anything about chords, you know that's my whole chord right there. My D, F sharp, A. But I have the D, the A, and the F sharp. So I'm all good. My G. Now for Zuz, I want to go to the 4 chord. Zuz, I love thee. See what I did there? My Jesus, I love thee. I created a G chord, which is the 4 chord. And that's fine. Now, I'm going to dissect here. I didn't have to play that chord. I could have gone like this. My Jesus, I love thee. See that? Watch again. I had the G note, Zuz I melody was more like what we call like a passing tone. My Jesus, I love thee. If you want your piano playing to sound more hymn-ish, like, old churchy, then you could say, My Jesus, I love thee, I know thou art mine. So that's very hymny. If you want it to sound more contemporary, you need to reduce the amount of chords you're playing. You don't need to establish a chord or a harmony for every single melody. My Jesus, I love thee, right? I know thou art mine. That's very hymny, right? That's what you'd hear in your old church, which is wonderful. And actually great for harmony voices singing in traditional hymnals. But in your case, you're watching this video in 2022, you're probably more interested in more contemporary sounds, and that's okay. So I'll show you. So I'll probably lean that way. I'll lean towards the direction of more contemporary sounds. And that is what I was saying with keeping less chords. So, my Jesus, I love thee, I know thou art mine. And lucky for you, contemporary sounds are much more easy to produce and play. So look what I did there. I did a D chord. Jesus, I love thee. I know. I did A, E, A, which is just my A chord. No, thou art mine. So that's that. So all music, when you're constructing the rest of the song, all of these hymns and songs that you typically will be interested in, they all contain either the 1 chord, D, the 4 chord, G, or the 5 chord, A, and sometimes, if they're really exciting, they'll contain the 6 chord, B minor, B, D of sharp in this case. All right, so there's a lot of theory about how you construct the 1, 4, 5, and 6 chords, but and we'll get into that later in other videos. But so there's not like an infinite amount of chords at your disposal. There's really only usually 3, okay, or 4 at most. My Jesus, I love thee. Very easy. Then repeat that. Then we go to the second half of the stanza. Gonna go to my G here, then to my A, and then back to the D, G, A. D, then to the A chord. See there? Okay. So that's the basics of it. I would say the rules there are your left hand is taking just the root in the 5th, root in the 5th, root in the 5th. Remember I said there's usually only the 1 chord, D, 4 chord, G, 5 chord, A, and back to the 1 chord. That's typically where you're living for all songs you're playing, no matter what key you're in. The 1, 4, and the 5 chord. And then you're just playing the melody with the right hand. This will get you very far in terms of your ability to play songs in a pleasing way. So this is nice, isn't it? I'm adding the G chord. Remember, I'm adding it just because I want to. So now you see I'm starting to do things a little different. It's not crazy. If you realize what I did, you'll realize, oh, he went to the G chord a little early. I also am adding some color notes, some extra notes in the right hand. My right hand's just playing the melody. So I really want to not waste that and add some spice. So spice is for later, but I'll just show you, give you a little taste of what I'm doing now. The spice is adding textural elements in the right hand. Not even spice. It could just be vanilla. You could add some vanilla. Here's what I mean. If I went like this. My G. Well, look, I just added the D in the middle. That's not spice. My Jesus. All right, for Zuz, I kept my D right there. What I'm doing is I'm adding a alto or a tenor person, if you will. It's not really a person. It's just my thumb. But so that D, I kind of kept it for a long time. All right, so you see what I did? I created sort of a folksy, sort of a Appalachian sort of yeah, so that was just showing you kind of the ways you can add spice. But spice is things like triplets. And then, I don't know what these are called, but like grace notes. That was too many grace notes. It got a little silly, but I was just showing you. The other way is there's like filler. Watch this. So I added all of these extra notes that weren't part of the melody. And then I closed out the song with, that's called like resolving a chord. Instead of just, I know thou art mine, I went, know thou art. So that's a common cadenza? No, what do we call that? I forget what it's called. But it's just going from it's instead of just going straight to the 3 chord here, I mean the 3 note, D major, I danced around it. All right, there's lots of different ways to do that. I could go like this. Or even more jazzy. So that's lots of ways to think about that. So yeah, anyway, hopefully that gives you some ideas of what's going on. A lot of these things I talked about are way too advanced to understand right now, and I totally get that, but I just wanted to show you what's possible. And then as I keep making more of these videos, we'll keep dissecting and kind of keep adding tools to the basket.